What's good, y'all? It's your boy Frankie T, and I'm coming back with another YouTube video for you guys. Did I say YouTube video? I meant Instagram, but I might throw this on YouTube though, so we'll see what's up. But today we're gonna talk about the NASDAQ, the stock market crash. Yes, stock market crash. I'm thinking there may be a stock market crash. I'm not, I'm not, entirely, on it, but as you guys see my chart right here, like I said, we're on the NASDAQ on the daily, and I just want to kind of give you guys my understanding and my consensus as to how I got to this. And you see here in this is February 16th. So February 16th, we had this high up here of February 2021. So backstory, as you guys already know, with the whole pandemic going on from when it started last year, tech stocks, if you guys are into the market, you guys, study up on your financials and whatnot, tech stocks did really well. Zoom, Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, anything that was tech related surged because of everything going on. COVID sped everything up. COVID allowed for tech stocks to, really, everybody knows that, tech was going to be a thing, a part of our lives basically, but COVID really accelerated that, right? So these companies that I mentioned from before, Microsoft, Apple, all that, they were just going crazy last year. I mean, if you put money into those, you would have been up big this year. And so here, 2021, things started to get a little bit choppy for them. So I'm going to go over those, Facebook, Amazon, Apple's and all that. But things started to get pretty choppy for them. And as you see here, at the start of the year, towards the start of the year in February, we have made that high there at this first the first leg of that M right here. This is February. We had our drop, and then the NASDAQ came up. And for those that don't know, the NASDAQ is it's a tech index, the index for all the tech stocks that are weighted into this. So most of the biggest tech companies, the big tech companies that you know of, are in this index. But it dropped, and then we came back up in April. So that's 1-2 months later, came to this exact same level. And notice here, it barely came above this candle, this red candle right here. It gapped up, and then it came down, and then from then we have started dropping. So that made that second leg of the M formation, which now we can look to expect some downward pressure. So again, I ain't no financial advisor or anything. I'm not saying like, y'all should start selling everything you have, index funds and all that. Sell them, everything's gonna crash, everything's gonna die. Nah, I ain't for all of that. But there's a couple of catalysts and things that can also really show with this going on. So another thing with 2020 from last year even till now, unemployment, stimulus checks, those are two big things. And as you guys know, my Insta people, y'all see me post, I put out a video about that and how the economy has been doing. But the stimulus payments, it can only go for so long in this unemployment. People are also in forbearance. People that can even afford a payment can still apply for forbearance and get it, so they won't have to pay their bills. Eventually they'll have to pay it, but that's the economy not moving. The economy moving, money has to be going around, it has to be passed around, it has to be an exchange, and that's not happening. A lot of people are on forbearance, so there are these different catalysts, and I'm thinking, the housing market has just been going crazy. The economy, the jobs report, the jobs data hasn't been doing so well. That from last week, I believe, the numbers came, and they got less jobs added than expected. and the unemployment rate went up. So, these things continue to happen. It's only a matter of time. Eventually things are going to have to kind of come back to equilibrium. You know what I mean? So here I'm going to show you guys. Let's see. We're going to do Amazon. We're going to take a look at Amazon. So I was looking at this earlier, and as you see, Amazon has been consolidating, just as we saw on the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ had made that downward move, and then it came back up after a month or two. Same here like Amazon. Amazon, as we see in 2020, it really just went crazy. And then ever since 2021, which would be right here, 2021, as you see down here, it has just been consolidating. It's been going up and down, up and down, up and down. It hasn't really been going anywhere. And then it came and it broke this high, just a little bit, it broke up above, and now it's dropping. So here's another interesting thing. It's been playing around in this box that I just drew. It's been playing around in this box. So since it's been playing around in this box for months and months, ever since July of 2020, it's been playing around in this box. Typically speaking, usually the market will tend to make that surge, and then it consolidates, and then it has to come back and undo what it did before. It kind of does a pattern, essentially. So with this happening and seeing this, Amazon, Apple, the reason why I'm showing this to you guys is because Amazon, Apple, or the FANG stocks, Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, Google, those are really important companies that are weighted into a lot of these indexes. The NASDAQ, like I showed you guys, the S&P 500, these companies are heavily weighted into most of these indexes because they're so big. A lot of money being invested to that. Apple is actually the most heavily weighted company in the stock market. So most indexes that you invest into, they probably have Apple in that ETF or in that, in that ETF there, or even the stock itself. A lot of people invest into those stocks, or to Apple, for example. So with Apple too, it's kind of like Amazon's too a little bit. It's just been playing around ever since September. It's just hasn't really been going anywhere. So it's like everything has just paused. It had a huge move, if you see down here from the 2020, and it just went crazy. And now it's just kind of cooling off. A lot of these companies, their stocks are cooling off. So these are kind of a little bit of what these are some of the things that are kind of going into my head as I'm thinking about these things, and that I wanted to show you guys, because things can get very crazy in the next couple of months. If things really happen like I'm thinking they will, things can really get crazy. Another thing, how to capitalize. A lot of people, I'm sure, are wondering then, okay, if this is happening, how can I capitalize off of this? Or, how can I should I just sell everything? Again, for me, I ain't no financial advisor. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you guys what to do and whatnot, but what I plan on doing and how to go about this is buying things like gold. You buy gold is a way to go, and again, I put a video of this on Instagram to tell you guys about this. Gold is something that, when there's things going on, uncertainties going on, a lot of crazy things are going on, people like to buy into gold. Cryptocurrencies is a newer thing going around. Thing about crypto, only thing about crypto is a lot of people, it's very speculative. So, it's pretty speculative. It moves very fast. So if you can't really sit there and hold yourself and seeing your money going up 10% or 20%, 30% in a day, and then the next day you wake up and it's down 50%, then you shouldn't really get into that, because trust me, with crypto, it goes crazy. It goes crazy. So you just want to kind of be mindful of that. So those are the two things that I'm really looking into getting into. As well, enjoy Biden's administration, as we see with Biden, with what he's kind of planned. He's, from what I'm seeing, it seems like he's very into clean energy. He wants climate change. He's for climate change. So manufacturing, energies, and EVs. Those are the three main things I'm investing into. All three of these things right now. I'm getting hit hard from the, it's kind of, things is not looking good for me. I'm down on those three, but these are very long-term plays. So I'm very patient, and I like to see my money grow over time than to kind of trade short-term. So just kind of keep that in mind. If you're going to get into those things, you're obviously going to have to wait some time for those to play out. But the longer you have to wait to play out, is the more time you can get to, get some dry powder money, throw some money down into those stocks or ETFs if you want to invest in them ETFs, and see your money grow as time goes. And especially if Joe Biden, those bills like the infrastructure bill passes, those are things that you can make, you can capitalize off of, even during this time or in the future, if this kind of crash happens. I'm pretty sure a lot of companies will get hit from it, but over the long run, we'll see, because the government will be putting money towards these specific things that I just mentioned earlier, will really help with the growth of those specific sectors. So with that being said, that's kind of my analysis here when it comes to this whole stock market crash. Of course, going back to what I was saying with the stimulus checks, the Fed has been kind of, bailing a lot of people out. So, there's a chances are, this may be showing, this crash may be showing, or we may be thinking that, this crash may really be a thing. But then the Fed bails, people out, maybe pays stimulus to more people, and then the stock market is, because generally speaking, the stock market usually responds very bullish whenever we get stimulus payments. So we're just gonna have to kind of wait and see if the Fed bails people out. If not, or forbearance ends, and I believe in September it's ending. If they don't extend it, we'll see what happens. We never know what's going to happen. So, I think the most important thing for people is just to, get their money to maybe invest in some things, or, as I mentioned in my Instagram live, my IGTV video, you can definitely look to even get you a house before things get really expensive. You can plan on staying in a house in the long term. But again, things, in Arizona is crazy. So other than that though, like I said, this will probably be on YouTube. So you guys be on the lookout for that. And yeah, I hope I didn't miss anything. But y'all have a wonderful day. It's your boy Frankie T. We're definitely gonna look at some pairs in the market as well as far as Forex goes. So keep on the lookout for that for this week. Peace.